You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
You know, Pee-wee, there's a real twisted side to you.
Thanks, Captain Carl.
You're welcome.
Why you gotta take it there? Retake. This isn't good. We're not talking about any integrity in this room. We are trying to exploit a generation. Did I ever tell you about that time when I paid for Chinese food with the DVD? The grease is the gravy. You guys played footsie under the table? No. Yes, that's irrelevant. I can smell Pepto-Bismol from here. It tastes like an antacid tablet. Why are there so many Draculas everywhere? No, there's vampires everywhere.
Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 188. I'm your host, John Rowe, joined by my quo-host.
Adam Ham.
My quo-host, I said. Yes, I put a U in there.
Wov.
It's English.
Wov.
It's Irish.
Yeah.
Is that Irish?
What?
Do you want to be Desirish? You know what I'm saying?
No, what are you getting at?
I'm just saying.
Then sure. Yeah,
Welcome
I get that
to
you're saying
Born
things.
in the 80s. Let's start again.
Let's-
No, how's it going, Adam?
Hey, I'm good.
You're
How's
good?
about you, John?
I'm excellent. Knock on wood.
That didn't sound like wood. I'm calling you out on that.
Knock on wood. Does that sound like wood?
No, sounds
about
like
this?
aluminum.
What about this?
That's glass.
Ooh, okay. All right. What's the material here?
Plastic cup
Oh,
upside down.
man, you're getting it. All right. How about this?
Drywall?
Nope. That's wood.
Wood? Okay.
Knock on wood.
Or
What
is
is
it
that?
particle board?
It's my desk. So, yeah, particle board.
Boom!
Boom. Adam, you got it. Like tough acting to acting.
Wow,
Remember those
that's a
commercials?
90s commercial reference.
With John Madden, we'd be
Yeah.
like, "You got to get the bugs out of your feet."
Don't think that's what it was.
That's what, you know what? As a child, that's what Tinactin commercials were, because it was like, "Oh my God, it's monsters in my feet,"
Right.
and only John Madden can save me. Mm-hmm. And I had some weird dreams. So, what's new on the Ham household? What's up with the Ham front?
Not much. I mean,
Just living life, loving life.
living life, loving it.
Uh,
Loving it up strong,
Yep.
McDonald's style.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Are you loving McDonald's all-day breakfasts that they rolled out this week?
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually,
I haven't
think
had
when
it.
I've gotten breakfast, it's been breakfast time now because I'm conscious.
Oh, snap. Adam, you just like gloating about your first shift status.
I know. It's great.
It is great.
It is pretty great.
It's-
Although I've been super tired all week because
Why?
I haven't really gotten to the point where I'm going to sleep when I should for first
Oh,
shift.
you haven't gotten to like, hey, I
No.
need to actually get to bed at like 11 o'clock.
Right, yeah. So I've gotten between like 4 and 6 hours.
Those are both too low.
4 and 6, they're low. They're lower than I'd
I
like.
can't do that anymore. I used to stay up. When you and Adam... Ooh. When you and Lance lived in the apartment with me, apartment
Yes.
283,
D83.
D83, in the D.
Yep.
Department D83. Department D83. That's what we were. The
Yeah.
Department of D, if you know what I'm saying. I think I'm the only one who is the Department of D in that apartment. The hours you guys kept were second shift. So I would end up like hanging out at home alone.
Yeah.
Because no one else would be there.
Right.
And just hanging out in my apartment because, of course, nobody used the living room.
Yeah.
Or cooking and doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I would then wait for you guys to get home at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then hang out for like 2 hours, 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd go to bed at like 1:30. And it
Yeah.
was terrible. It was
I bet.
bad for my health and probably caused me to lose that job. Because I would always show up later
Well, that's true.
and be tired and not care. Because I was too busy living the life of luxury and laughter.
Department D83.
Late night.
Coming
Lux-
soon. Available to you all.
Late night
stay in
luxury and
D83.
laughter. Yeah, that's right. Late night luxury. That's what we did. I don't know. That was fun. That was a fun apartment. That was a fun life. But yeah. Now I work first shift, and everyone I know works first shift now, and it's the first shift life, except for Lance, but he doesn't count.
Okay.
Well, I don't see him outside of weekends when he comes over, so
Yeah.
that time it doesn't really matter because he'll get over here at like 10 o'clock and we'll hang out on Saturday night. That's fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of fine, how are you?
I am that fine.
Ooh, snap! Adam, full of himself. Adam, we record these on Google Hangout. Am I not lying?
You are not lying.
And what is the picture you have for your Google Plus Hangout?
I don't actually know.
It's you holding a baby.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
So every time you talk, a baby shows up on my screen.
That's amazing.
It's what happens. It's what's been always happening.
Baby.
Okay, that's enough baby tanting. Tanting with a baby. Let's move on.
Whoa.
What? There's nothing lascivious about the word tant.
Whoa.
There isn't. You're just
No,
tanting.
you're right. No, yeah.
It's tantalizing,
but
like not in a sexual way.
Oh, because yeah,
You're just tanting.
just all right. Yeah.
Adam, I've got a story for you.
Okay.
A 33-year-old Rhode Island man who weighs nearly 800 pounds says the hospital where he was staying to lose weight kicked him out after he ordered a pizza.
I think I saw the headline for this, but I did not read the article.
Stephen John Asante had been staying at Rhode Island Hospital where he was on plan to get down to 550 pounds and become eligible for gastric bypass surgery. On Tuesday, he moved to Kent County Hospital, and his social workers are trying to arrange a way for him to stay there through the weekend. He says he needs to be monitored. It's like he'll order a pizza. It was on Dr. Phil, apparently. Let's see here.
I'm not much of one for Dr. Phil.
You don't like Dr. Phil? Let's see here. Asante had been on this road for a long time. He appeared on Dr. Phil in 2007, discussing with the bogus self-help guru how he convinced his dad to buy him food by throwing temper tantrums so loud his dad feared he'd be kicked out of their house. But everything that happened on Dr. Phil should be taken with a grain of salt, because this was basically a perverse version of Big Brother, where Asante spent 9 days in a house of hatred with 5 other people, including a white supremacist and a tiny girl who hated fat people. What the fuck kind of show is this?
What the hell?
The Dr. Phil house? Oh, let's see. Yeah, so he also filmed a video application for The Biggest Loser 5 years ago. But Asante's father told NBC that a television medical show called up his son this week. Oh, good. That sounds like his life is going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's insane.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, let's put him on TV. Like, oh my god. Sad. All right. So that's it. Now I've ruined the podcast.
So that story was just like a misery break with John, or
Yep, Adam.
Okay.
I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
Did you know that they have pumpkin spice extra gum?
I believe that. Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is. No question.
you tried it?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
of course I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at a little bit of that PSL on your.
I fucking hate pumpkin spice.
Do you?
Yeah. So Adam, what's going on with your life?
I'm just loving life, loving
Loving-
pumpkin spice, loving it
Loving
all.
the spice.
Yeah.
The spice is life, if you will.
Spice is life. Yeah.
That's what you say? The spice must flow. The pumpkin spice must flow.
He who
I'm
controls
sure
the
that's a
spice
meme.
controls the galaxy.
I'm sure that's a meme. All right, let's see here. It is time for us to talk about what have you been... Do you watch any TV? What you watch any movies? You watch any video games? You do anything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I watched a movie called Frequently Asked Questions About Time Travel.
That sounds interesting.
It had Chris O'Dowd in it.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a really cool movie about this guy who kind of just, as he's waiting for his friends in this bar, gets them stuck in this crazy like time bubble loop thing.
Okay.
And it's a comedy. It's pretty good.
Like,
It's kind of hard to describe without like saying
spoiling it?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a shit about spoilers.
right? Okay,
You don't. You know
I do.
I know you do, for some reason.
I don't like to be
You want to
Spoiled.
experience the way it was meant to be played.
exactly. Yeah,
Alright, fair enough.
but yeah, no, it was just a cool, fun comedy. I'm a sucker for time travel. And,
I'm a sucker for time travel.
I am. I like it as a theme and stuff.
Yep, you like it, because Adam, you want to go back to the time when your life was good.
Wow. Wow.
That's my desktop psychiatrist talk there.
Damn.
Well,
I think we discussed this before. I don't want to go into the past. I want to go into the future.
oh yeah, because true, because you'd end up in the despair apartment.
So,
Let's talk about the despair apartment.
what? Is it the despair apartment? Is that canon? Is that
We've never cracked that nut. I brought it up a while ago when it was a one-on-one with you and me.
It's called the despair apartment for a reason.
But you
John.
didn't
I
even
don't like
wanna,
going back there.
I want Adam, the listeners want to know.
Yeah.
They want a peek. I don't care what it is. I just want a peek of one aspect of your life in the despair apartment.
A peek of one aspect of my life?
Yeah, I don't want you to go into full detail because clearly it scarred you. Because you just don't ever want to talk about it.
Yeah, I guess.
Uh,
What do you want to know?
I mean, like, what was life? So you were on the dole. Were you on the dole?
For a part of that time I was, yes.
Okay. I love that term, by the way. On the
Yeah.
dole. I was on the dole for a while.
Yeah, it
Unemployment.
happens.
It does, and then now I've got a real job. And
Yeah,
you do
of
too.
course, when I was the one time I was on the dole,
We're not talking about bananas, if you know what I'm saying,
No, we ain't.
or the presidential candidate in the '90s.
No, we ain't.
Adam was not on Bob Dole.
I was. No, it was not.
Anyway, continue.
But that man was a hero.
That man was a saint and a hero.
Where were we?
Bob Dole doesn't need this. We
On the dole, yes.
Yes, you were on the dole in the despair apartment. It was called.
It paid like 1/4 of my rent for the month. It was like it was not a lot because I didn't have a great job before that, and I didn't have it very long. I didn't have it long enough to get much out of it. So, yeah.
Life took a shit on Adam.
Yeah.
The drop trow positioned itself over you.
There were a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not great.
It was not a good time
No.
to be Adam. That's why I doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah. That
You have to
is why
understand,
most
Adam.
people.
I am a misery vampire,
Yeah, I know. I know.
so I need to know
Yeah.
the deets. I really wish I would have stayed in contact with you.
Me too.
That was a period in which we didn't talk.
It was. That was.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. Really.
It's because I didn't contact you, and you never initiate contact.
That's about right. Yeah.
That is right. You could at any of time call me and be like, "Hey, want to hang out?" And you'd be like, "I'd be like, yeah, I'll come pick you up." And then you would be like, "Because we can't stay at my apartment. It's a despair."
Well,
Didn't Lance bail you out of the despair apartment?
did he bail me out of it?
Yeah, didn't you have like a hoarder situation where you went in and cleaned up everything?
No, that was in our.
And he had to ask you which pizza box to keep. He was like, "Do we keep this or throw it away?" And you had to decide.
I don't.
Like, you ever watch Hoarders? That's what they do. They're like go through all their stuff and they're like, "Is this keep pile or throw away pile?"
Oh yeah.
And Adam's like, "That pizza box has memories.
No, I don't think I've ever
I gotta
been.
keep my precious items."
I don't think I've ever been sentimental about a pizza box.
I visited the despair apartment and it didn't seem despairish.
Yeah.
It seemed pretty normal studio apartment.
Lance may exaggerate a little bit. I mean, it was...
Whoa. Lance, exaggerate a little bit? Oh, no. I'd never heard that before.
I think, actually, my room in the apartment got worse than the Despair apartment did, for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we made your room into a giant pile of garbage.
Yeah, we did.
We did that. That's a tradition Adam and I have.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to keep that up.
I don't know. Next time we visit,
Maybe.
we'll get the pile going.
I don't know. I've been pileless for so long now.
You're out of piles? So
Yeah.
let's explain this to the listener. So when Adam and I would visit and hang out, we would just like order food or get food and just and soda cans, and we would just throw them on the floor like animals.
No, well, it wasn't quite like that at first.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I used the brown paper bags or whatever
That you got from delivery.
that I got from delivery, and I used them as like temporary trash cans
Temporary.
in my room. Yeah,
For
well,
months on
theoretically
end.
temporary.
Yeah.
But yeah, they tended to just grow, and after a while, you kind of lost integrity. I don't know.
It would be a while where it would just be like the point where it was like, okay, there's too much garbage in this room.
Yeah.
And then we would just get big garbage bags and just like fill up 4 of them.
Well,
Throw it out.
I don't think I ever got to 4, but
We did. We had a couple 3-baggers.
there were a couple 3-baggers.
Yeah.
Man, that is terrible to admit. I hate admitting that.
Well, Adam, you got to come clean,
Or
or else you're going to constantly wish you were traveling back in time to when your life was better.
Yeah. This is so weird though. I keep thinking like, when would I travel back if I could?
When
Along
would
my
I
own
know
personal
exactly when I would travel back.
personal timeline.
I know the exact moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Baller time. I don't know. Probably when I started college.
I think that's almost too late for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Too late, huh?
Right.
Adam was already down the bad path.
That's the problem. Like, if I go back far enough to actually change stuff that I want to change, I don't like myself then.
Yeah.
Uh.
Wow.
So
So you're telling me you've never liked yourself?
no, I'm pretty okay with myself. That's the way it always is. I'm kind of okay with myself now.
So you're
And I
saying
look back
like,
later, I'm like, oh god, that asshole.
so like 15 years from now,
Oh yeah,
you're gonna be like, man, I was a dick.
yeah, I probably am.
I don't have that.
Really?
I think I've been a great person my entire life.
It's weird because some ways I think I've gotten worse, and then other ways I think
Adam
better.
Ham,
Yeah.
you're exactly the same person.
Oh, no, that's the worst thing you could possibly.
What?
You're trying to insult me now. I think.
How am I insulting you?
I think I've grown a lot in the last decade or so.
I mean, yeah, but you're still Adam. I mean, we all grow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I was a lot more closed-minded 10 years ago.
Not really.
Just grow as a person as you experience more in life, Adam.
I get. Well, that's not necessarily always the case.
Well, I'm just saying, Adam, you haven't changed in my
I wish I
eyes.
could like go back though and like hop into myself then and like
tell
the
yourself
knowledge I
to
have
not
now.
rent that apartment.
No, just with the knowledge I have now, you know. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
same here.
Although I think of stuff that wouldn't have happened, and I think,
That's the butterfly effect, brah.
I know, man.
Man.
But if I still remembered that, could I try to steer it that way?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I just know exactly what I would do. Like,
Okay,
I
what would you do?
Just go back to college. Start college over again.
I don't. But why? Like,
Just do more, like, theater stuff. Do more shows. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, just be, like, not, like my sophomore year, I did shit, you know?
yeah,
Like, that's the year I think I wasted most of my year. And my junior year. It was honestly my senior year when I actually started being a lot more outgoing and doing stuff. I just wish I would have been that all 4 years.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I would have gotten to meet more people, experience more stuff.
That's
you know.
that's why I almost think it would have been better if I'd gone back to like
High school?
or something. Yeah,
Earlier
I'll go
than
back
high
to
school?
5. I'll go back to fucking before school.
Wait, so when you were 5 years old?
Why not?
Why?
Because then I'd have all the knowledge and I could like do everything.
Okay,
better.
that's different though. It's like you're going to be a 5-year-old savant because you
Fuck
you
yeah.
know you have the knowledge of a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
31 soon.
Right. Thanks. Yeah.
Guess what day it is at?
It is almost your birthday.
Correct.
Because
I will be 30 the day this comes out.
Nice.
I know. Fuck, I'm old.
Nice.
No, but I would go back to I think when I was 18.
I thought that too. That seems like okay. I could deal with that, I think. Like that
In some ways I kind of would like to go back to high school too and have done more sports and stuff, and gotten more involved too, because I feel like I just didn't do shit in high school but then again, you think about that and it's like I didn't do shit in high school except for hang out with you and play video games, which was awesome. So
I did that, and I also did like everything junior and senior year.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I wish I would have done what you did, was just do everything.
And I wish I'd have done that like from freshman year.
Yeah, same here. You know what I mean? Like that's my idea with college. Yet, you know what I mean? Like you said, you did everything your senior year and junior year in high school. That was like me in college. Like I just wish the first 2 years I would have done more stuff.
Yeah, I didn't do.
I wasn't
fuck all in
involved.
college. That's a complete like fucking. I can rewrite that shit.
See, you should have gone. You should have gone to a small school like Edgewood or something. Or Platteville.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I just say that because I think you wouldn't have, because I think like I guess I don't know your life. You know what I mean?
Well,
I can't.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a smaller college, you see people more often. People,
I just know that if I would have went to
campus.
UW Madison, I feel like I would have like gotten lost in the shuffle. Coming from such a small town and
that's what I'm saying.
Knowing
like
everybody.
Yeah, if you go back in time though, like I would just totally be way better at like fucking shit, walking down the hall. Hey, what's up, dude?
Or just like finding a group.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a group to hang out with and like do stuff with. Yeah, no, totally. I've never had that problem, personally. I just wish like I would have done more of it. You know what I mean?
I didn't used to. I don't know when that started.
Yeah, but you jumped from you went from high school close knit, tight knit group of people to brand new, starting over.
Yeah, it's not just that though. Like I don't know.
But you're not an outgoing person like I am.
That's the thing that I used to be when I was younger. No, before like even.
Well, when I met you in high school, you were pretty outgoing, but I guess in college you didn't. You stopped being outgoing. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, a lot of things happen.
So the despair apartment. What happened in there?
Nothing good.
What did you do all day?
Nothing good.
What do you mean nothing good? Was it heroin?
I wish.
Adam, were you doing heroin?
I wish. Heroin would at least be a good story.
Were you smoking weed?
No, I didn't do shit.
You didn't even do like what a stoner would do.
No, that's the worst part. It's just a complete fucking waste.
No, that's the way I feel about when I was unemployed. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get so much shit done.
Yeah.
Go to the gym every day, wake up, like learn how to play guitar. And I did nothing. I just watched TV and like movies and stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
It's because it's because when you're unemployed, it's like just depression.
It is
by default.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're automatically like, hey, you are a failure. You're now you have to live with your failure. You know what I mean? Even if it's not your fault that you lost your job. You know what I mean? It's just like, it didn't happen to everybody else. It happened to you.
Right.
And then you just kind of lose motivation. You know what I mean? Because you don't get a job right away, and it starts like, okay, it's been a month, it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months. Okay, that's enough time now. You know what I mean? It's like a summer's break worth of time, and then you're just kind of like, all right, now I really need to get something to do. And that's probably why when people retire, they die because they stop doing things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's probably a lot of it.
Yeah, but then you found it. Like you ended up going in an excellent direction. Right? You're happy.
Well, I think things changed around when I got the job at the department and
working
moved in with you two, you and Lance.
Yeah,
it was about that time. Yeah, I mean, I got the job. Everything came
clicked.
up. Adam,
I was like, Adam, I'm putting together the Department of D83, and I need you to be my Prime Minister of partying.
The Prince of Parties?
The Prince of Parties, that's you. You were the Prince of Parties.
Yeah, all right.
What was Lance?
I don't know.
The demon of drink.
That is like so hilarious and somewhat appropriate.
Can I be the minister of majesty?
This Minister of Majesty.
What was me? What was I? Captain Normal.
That no, I don't know about. Well, I don't know. Wonder Wasp.
Wonder Wasp. What the shit? Are you calling me a wasp?
Maybe a bit.
Wonder Wasp. I mean,
Well,
I'll buy it. I mean,
you know what kind of wasp I'm talking about, right?
yeah, I know what kind of wasp you're talking about. I'm Catholic, Adam.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm Wask. Wonder Wask.
But you're like a really liberal Catholic, so it's basically
I'm very
Protestant.
Yeah, but Catholics are liberal.
Some are.
Especially the ones at Edgewood where I went to college.
Yeah, you definitely.
I went to the liberal school where it's like, hey, women can have jobs. It was a women's school, like originally. No, I know what you mean, though. Yeah, I guess. God, yeah, I guess I'm a wasp, huh? You're not, though. I don't know what you are. No one will ever figure you out. Adam, you're like an onion. You have layers.
Is that a compliment or just?
You live in.
I'm deep.
You're deep like an onion. You got layers.
Deep like an onion.
Yep. You live in your swamp.
Swamp?
Yeah. Your apartment is the swamp. I'm calling you an ogre, Adam.
Okay.
I'm making Shrek references. Remember, he said ogres are like onions. They have layers.
Yeah, that's
you.
right.
That's you.
Right. That's me.
Yeah. You're an ogre, Adam. Mm-hmm. But everybody loves Shrek. That's the thing,
Wait, what? Are you implying something about me?
Yeah, everybody loves Adam.
okay.
Make that TV show.
All right.
Everybody loves Adam.
Fool. Ooh.
Would that go well?
Not had the same writers as the other one.
What? I liked Everybody Loves Raymond.
I did not.
That's good. But what's his name is the best part of that show. The dad. I can't remember that actor's name, and I don't want to do him a disservice, so I'm going to do a quick looky-loo. He
died recently, didn't he? Or
yes.
Years ago?
I like that show a lot. It's like not the best show, but I like that show. That's writers. I don't want writers. Let's look up that guy from that show in the way. Peter Boyle. That's it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, he was great. Effing great. Really funny guy, and he was great in that show. As was Doris Roberts, who played his mom. Those two actors are great. I love sitcoms, though. This has long been known that I have a soft spot for all sitcoms.
Yeah,
watching
definitely.
Frasier.
I watched a little bit of that.
I got way into it. I'm in season 5 right now.
Oh wow, okay. I watched a bit of the first season, and I thought it was all right, but I just didn't really. It didn't grab me enough to take away from anything else I was watching.
I don't know how to describe what's so good about that show. I think for God's sakes, I think Kevin Smith has a podcast dedicated to Frasier. Mm-hmm. I believe he loves it so much, but which is funny because I've never heard that, and I didn't even know he was doing that until after I was like 4 seasons into Frasier. It's something about that show. Like the actors are all amazing, like David Hyde Pierce and the guy's name I can't remember, the main character. He's got a lady's name.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Can't remember it.
Fuck. Kelsey Grammer.
Yes, Kelsey Grammer.
Sorry, Kelsey Grammer and David Hyde Pierce are spectacular.
Brothers.
That's why it's so good, I guess, is because those two actors are like really, like they're excellent stage actors for one, and then you put them on a show and they both play really fun characters, and it's about brothers, so I guess if you've had a brother, like particularly this relationship is, an older brother and a younger brother, so if you have a brother, it kind of hits a little bit of that too, because there's a lot of that one-upsmanship, and
Yeah.
you know, one's the younger brother but is more successful in one way than the older brother, but the older brother's more famous. It's just kind of interesting. It's real cool dynamic, and it really pokes fun at yuppie culture, you know, which is really fun, and it's just cool, you know, like. And the writing's snappy, the dialogue's fun, the jokes are good, but it's warm, you know. That's something I love about sitcoms, is they really do feel warm, you know. It has a good cast. I guess that's what I am. I'm a sucker for actors. I'm a sucker for casts, you know, like good casts that get along. Yeah, I don't know. So I watched a ton of that, huh? So that's what I've been watching. No, I actually have been playing some games and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know?
No?
No, you didn't?
No, I didn't know.
Did you know
Nope.
that a stunt woman was nearly killed making the new Resident Evil movie?
Really? No, I did not know that.
Olivia Jackson, professional stunt woman who recently worked on Mad Max and The Force Awakens, was seriously injured last month on the set of the new Resident Evil movie, currently shooting in South Africa. She was Mila Jovovich's double, so she did her stunts.
Cool.
All right, let's see here. My incredibly talented... This is Mila Jovovich posted about this on Facebook. Oh, remember Mila Jovovich, Adam?
Oh, I do.
Oh, man. Oh.
She was the Fifth Element.
Oh, she's my Fifth Element. My incredibly talented stunt double, Olivia Jackson, collided with a camera crane while performing a motorcycle stunt. And it put her in the hospital with severe multiple injury. I wasn't personally there to witness it. I heard it was awful, and she was basically saying that. So yeah, it sounds like it was pretty bad. Let me go through the injury list. She's alive and okay.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a coma with bleeding and swollen brain. Severed main neck artery.
Ooh.
Crushed and degloved face. I don't want to look. It says do not look up that term. Which I have to believe is the face coming off of the skull.
Yeah.
Broken ribs. Shattered scapula. Broken clavicle. Broken humerus, broken radius, and all. Basically, every upper part of her body was destroyed. Amputated thumb, torn fingers, and 5 nerves torn from spinal cord.
Ugh.
Whew! When people say movies, and you know, like you think about like stunt actors and stuff, and you're just like, you know, everything's safe, everything's fine. You know, they know what they're doing. Man, you know.
Yeah.
Got to be careful, you know? It's like, it's just, you know, those people risk their lives every day to make the awesome movies that we see. And the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, huh?
Yeah.
But I was using that delay so that I could actually remember what I wanted to talk about. And that is, this weekend, it's already over by the time you hear this, is the Star Wars Battlefront game. Free beta weekend. If you're British. Star Wars Beta, Battlefront. Adam, what do you know about Star Wars Battlefront? I want to hear what you know, and I can fill in the gaps with my sick-ass bomb knowledge.
Okay. I know it is a video game.
Wrong. I mean, yeah, it's a video game.
Right. It is a video game.
Yep.
I believe it is a third-person shooter. No,
Nope.
first-person shooter.
It is first
First-person shooter.
I thought it was a third-person shooter as well until I
Yeah.
played it. And I was
Right.
like, oh, this is all in first person.
And it also is about Star Wars.
It is about the wars in the stars.
Uh-huh. And it plays kind of like a Battlefield game.
Yes. And so
That's about all I know.
a lot of people, you know, of course, as the internet would say things like, oh, it's just a Star Wars mod for Battlefield 4.
Right.
I can assure you that that is not the case in any way, shape, or form.
Ooh.
As it does not feel like a Battlefield game at all.
I'm tainted now.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because, Adam, what kind of guns do you shoot in Star Wars?
Oh, blasters and shit.
You shoot blasters. You never reload your gun.
Oh my god.
It's weird because you're just shooting lasers. Your gun overheats.
They use packs that.
Nope. The way that this works, your gun overheats.
That's not accurate.
Okay, well, whatever.
They've ruined it.
I don't.
There goes the Star Wars license down the tube.
Well, anyway, so that at first is actually pretty cool, So the fact that you are don't reload, which feels weird. Game controls, it doesn't feel like Battlefield. I'll say this: I played the PC version, and I've got my bomb ass PC rig that is more than the recommended spec, so I have everything on high.
Right.
Whew.
That
game is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It looks so good. You could just drink in the visuals. I mean, I played, so there's 2 levels they have for this. There's Solist and a mode called Drop Zone, which is just team deathmatch, basically. Mm-hmm. One team versus another team. I think it's 8-on-8 or 10-on-10 on the PC version. And let's talk about Hoth.
Okay.
That is the other one. It's called Rebels vs. Walkers, or I can't remember the exact name. Mm-hmm. My God, it is like Battlefield games. Kind of like where you have rolling objectives. It was kind of like Bad Company 2 had this with the. You capture a zone, move to the next one. You're one team's defending, one's attacking, and that's what the theme is. And the team that attacks is an AT walkers. There's 2 of them. Walking, it's 20-on-20 on the PC, which is amazing amount of chaos.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So the way the vehicles work in this aren't Battlefield style, where you have to go to the front of the map, and jump in a vehicle. The way this works is you just kind of spawn in, and it has a really interesting UI too. Have you noticed how kind of Force Awakens has had this really kind of Helvetica font kind of look style with a lot of the teaser and promotional materials. I think that's something Star Wars is going for. A very clean look, which looks really snazzy in a UI. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. But the action is just epic. And that's what I love about Battlefield games, is that it just feels massive, like you're part of a massive battle. And the way that the vehicles are doled out is that you just kind of find power-ups in a map that just spawn, and then you just run over to it, and then you pick it up, and then you hit the 4 key on the PC. And then, if you pick up a TIE fighter, you spawn into a TIE fighter in the air.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I think it's way better because it isn't just people fucking waiting around for a plane to appear. Because I believe the weapon, the power-up spawns are kind of random around spots in the map, so you can't really camp an area and get one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. I played both sides a bunch. I think that it needs to be rebalanced, the map, because the Empire have won every game ever. Because it's really hard. Because the objective for the Allied, or the not Allies, but the Rebels, is to
the Alliance.
Destroy. Yes, the Alliance. Is to destroy the 2 walkers before they get to the end of the map. Mm-hmm. And that is extremely difficult to do. Because it's just you can't really damage them very much. And the idea is, as these walkers move along the map, there's satellite uplinks they have to keep up for targeting computers, and if they're kept up for a certain amount of time, it spawns there'll be a count of Y-wings on the top, and depending on how long they've kept it up, the more Y-wings are basically targeted on the walkers and then attack them, and then when the Y-wings hit the walkers, they become vulnerable, and then everyone they're just the rebels are just dump. Everyone shoot at the walkers right now because their shields are down, and so everyone shoots at them. But both times I did it, the walkers never got past 50% health, both of them. So it's a bit lopsided, but it does feel cool. And to be fair to the canon, the Empire won that battle quite spectacularly, if one may imagine. So those are the 2 maps, and the team deathmatch looks great. The combat feels really slick with the lasers. You're getting 2-3 hit kills, so it's real fast paced, and You got thermal detonators that you throw. You got like power-ups. There's a jetpack that you can get. There's all sorts of cool shit, and I think the game looks really neat. And I guess I'm going to have to try the single-player or co-op mode, which is a kind of like a wave horde mode based thing, where it's like, all right, survive, and your group of people have to like make it through waves of AI enemies, which seems like that'd be kind of fun to try. But otherwise, I think it looks really cool. I think you should try the beta. And I was kind of wary of the game, coming in.
Yeah.
To this fall, but because I was just worried, because Battlefield 4 had so many issues when it came out.
Yeah.
And it's a great game. I mean, you and I had just a ton of fun playing that online.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, man, just the scale of Battlefield battles make them so fun. Like, 'cause I remember like multiple times you and I would just be like, all right, it's our job to take care of this one checkpoint. And we would just hang out in buildings and scouting out like, oh god, there's enemies coming up from the left side road, and we'd both like take up position and throw grenades and stuff. And that's kind of the same thing you get with Battlefield. I don't know. There isn't really a mode in this that feels like it could be that. Because part of Battlefield was so cool was the destructible buildings and stuff. So as you would hold on to an objective, we would keep like running out of buildings to hide in, basically.
Yeah.
Which was kind of cool, because that really adds a lot to the game as the game progresses. But then again, this beta is just 2 maps. So who do we know? There's Sullust, which is kind of a dark black and brown, like volcanic, like mountain map, and then there's white snow.
Yeah.
What's really cool is I was playing Hoth, and you go into the enemy base, and there's all those awesome like snow corridors to run through.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, this looks so much like the movie. It's really like bringing back memories, and just as stormtroopers running into those, and having like blaster fights down the hallway, and that looked really cool. And I was at one point I was flying a TIE fighter around, in the sky, attacking A wings and Y wings that were trying to attack the Eighties, and the Star Wars theme song started playing, and I was like, I got chills. I was like, oh man, it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
It feels like Star Wars. Like, I feel like I'm flying a TIE fighter right now. Like, wow. Yeah, it's really fun. Like, it's just the controls are not good on PC.
Okay.
But I think that's something they'll iron out, because I think they really leaned in on this being a console game first. So
yeah. I mean, well, did you try using like your Xbox 360 controller?
Oh, I'm not going to do that. Not for a shooting game on PC.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you can set it up so the vehicles can use controllers.
Okay.
Because one of the nice things about the PC is you can have both the controller and the keyboard mapped to the same controls, and it just takes whichever input's being hit. So
Nice.
I've done that before with Battlefield games. I did that when I had Battlefield 1942. When I used to play that way back in the day. I had a controller hooked up, and then when I would get in a plane, I would use that to fly, because it was just way easier than trying to fly a fucking plane with a mouse.
Yeah.
And I will say the mouse controls for the flight is just awful.
Yeah.
And they're like reversed by default. So like when you're trying to fly upwards, you have to slide your mouse down, and it just does not feel like correct in any way.
Yeah.
It's like they obviously did not, plan for, PC to be the lead console with that. So, I'm willing to give it more of a try. I'm going to try the PS4 version this weekend, tomorrow night, I think, because I'd like to see how that plays too, and that's available too, Adam. So if you wanted to try it, PS4 beta is available now. I mean, you just download it from the store; it's free. So I think I'm going to try that out tomorrow night and see how I like that version. Make a verdict on which one I'm going to buy.
Yeah,
I probably still won't pre-order it though. I'll wait, see what the reviews are. But I did like it. I mean, the combat feels really good.
cool.
Like, that's one thing I can say about it, is that it felt real tactile, and I was getting kills, and the blasters feel really powerful, at the same time. I don't know. I loved it. It's really good. It really feels great, So it does not feel at all like a Battlefield game, though.
Yeah.
There's no tickets in the 2 modes, for one. There's no objectives on maps that you're going for, rolling between. But that are those are the two modes that they have, which is a team deathmatch and a walker assault. So, so I would heavily recommend trying that out, and that's something to look forward to. I'll have to play some more, and I can talk about it more next week after I've tried the PS4 version.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another big fall game. How much have you played of Phantom Pain?
Not much more, actually. It's not because I don't want to, necessarily. I'm on this mission that is a really long mission. I've started it once, and I had to quit like halfway through it.
What mission? What number mission?
The bees, where do bees sleep one.
Where do bees sleep?
Or whatever the one where you get the killer bee is.
The honey bee?
No, it's like...
The rocket launcher?
Yes. It's killer bee, I think. But...
Killer bee, whatever it is. I think it's just honeybee, to be honest.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't know because you haven't finished that. I'm ahead of you now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I haven't played in like a week or almost 2.
Man, neither have I. That's like the 4th mission in the game.
It's like the 6th.
It's called the honeybee weapon. That is a very long mission.
It is. I got halfway through it. I played for like an hour and got halfway through it, and then I had to stop, and I was like... Every time I want to pick it up, I'm like, geez, this is going to be a while, and I don't know if I have a while.
It is not really that long of a mission, though.
I don't know. Because I got to like the first part of it where there's that bridge thing, and I cannot get up and out of there without getting caught, it seems like.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I just rolled through there.
Like in a Jeep or what?
No, I just snuck around, slept every guy in Fulton, everyone. It was pretty easy.
I tried to, but they usually see me, and then guys, and I have to try to murder them all slowly.
Well,
it's pain.
I didn't have that problem, I guess.
It's a phantom pain.
It is the phantom pain. That is a long mission, though, because then there's a second part that's just as long and complicated. That mission looked awesome, though. I felt like an Indiana Jones, though, at that part.
Yeah.
Where you get to the honeybee, because there's this, like... soldier outpost outside of front of these big, like, mythic, like, gates.
Right. Looks like the end of...
Last Crusade.
Yes, Last Crusade, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and you end up going in there, and I remember I slept a couple guys, and went, to go rescue the prisoner, and while I was, like, hiding, I heard, like, hey, what's he doing? I was like, oh, shit, a patrol came through and saw the guy who was asleep. Who I hadn't bothered to stash because I didn't know there was a patrol that went through. Yeah. And then they were like, everyone went on alert, and I just hid in a box in a corner for a while, and the alert went away. And then I went back and slept both of the guards again. And I was like, fuck you. Did you get to the honeybee part?
No.
Okay. That is pretty much the end, because once the honeybee, you get it, the cutscene happens.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty badass, actually. That cutscene.
Yeah, I saw it in the quick look, I think.
Oh yeah, that mission.
Yeah,
it's a cool mission, and the ending is terrifying. Again, with the goddamn monster skull troopers.
Yeah,
and you're running away from them again, but they just kind of run away from the sandstorm, and they can't get you. So. I don't know, there's some good, like, horror aspects of this game, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you can see where he kind of got peaked by that PT game.
Right,
it's never going to end up coming out, but, it was like, man, I like horror games. He was thinking when he was making this. And it shows. And there's a couple parts where there's, like, legit, like, suspense and horror in this game.
The prologue for me was super suspenseful.
Oh, yeah.
It was really cool.
It was really cool.
I died once in it. Did you die?
I did not die.
Okay.
How did you die? Did you get caught?
I think it was a part where... It's the very first part where it tells you, like, to go up, press against something to, like, hide behind.
Oh, yeah.
When the helicopter comes in.
Yeah.
And I think I just didn't get up there fast enough. I stopped to read, like, the directions thing, because I didn't hear what he said.
Uh-huh.
And, by the time I popped out and was trying to figure out where to go, the helicopter came down and, like, blew me away.
Yeah. That'll happen.
It pissed me off, too, because I think there's some kind of... The thing that kind of annoys me about that game is the objectives. Like, you go in and there'll be, like, a couple objectives, and you, like, gain new ones as you go through the mission, kind of. like in the missions where you, whatever, like save the first guy that you have to go save.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler to say you have to save.
Well, there's a
another,
lot of blanked out objectives that you can't see.
Yeah.
Until after you finish the mission.
Exactly.
So
and
the
then you have to play them over again in order to get the extra objectives completed.
Correct. The thought is that you're going to replay missions multiple times.
Yes, but I hate that.
I don't hate it yet, because I don't think any of that applies to finishing the game.
Well,
so
no, it doesn't. But I'm just one of those kind of OCD guys that's like, well, I want to...
Well, those earlier missions get real easy.
Yeah, because you have way more equipment and tools and stuff. Like, getting to Miller, I think, in the first thing without any stuff at all was really hard.
Getting to Miller?
But, that's his name. Kaz Miller.
Yeah, I think I got to him without detection either.
What the fuck? You must be really good at that shit. Because I'm pretty patient, but, like, I'll sometimes just, like, be fucking, alright, I've got to get around this fucking corner and move some.
Yeah, I've gotten to him. I've started to stop caring as much about that, I guess. Because
I do too. Like, as soon as I'm not like gonna fucking restart the mission because I got caught or something.
No, because there's no reason to. I mean, if I want to go
not.
back and play it again later, I will. But I don't really care.
Right.
About not getting a perfect stealth rating. And that, Adam, my friend, is what flares are for.
Oh yeah.
You know what the flare does?
No.
The helicopter gunship support.
Oh, but yeah, that definitely lowers your thing.
It automatically caps you at an A, which I don't even get anyway. So
I suppose that's true.
I get like B's mostly.
I think I've gotten like at least a couple C's and maybe like an A or B.
I think I got an S on one of them, and I don't remember what it was, but I think it was a side op that I
fucking
like. I extracted the person perfectly with nobody seeing me. I was like, huh. I was, I guess I just guessed the correct, guard layout. Not to mention, one of the coolest things in that game is the weather.
Yes.
And that, when you're, like, in an enemy base or, like, wanting to, like, man, I need to get into that building, like, what am I going to do? And a sandstorm kicks up, you're like, fuck yes. It's like God smiling down on you. I'm like, all right, well, now I can walk over there and no one will see me.
Kind of, but it's also a double-edged sword because I've also had...
You just bump into someone?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And they can radio people. They're like, they can't give like an exact location or anything like that, but they can be like, hey, fuck, shit, dude.
That's exactly what they say.
Pretty much.
I did like that in that game when you start and you capture someone, right?
Yeah.
And you capture someone and you try and interrogate them, and it's just in Russian.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, hey, you need to get an interpreter.
Yeah, I know.
On base so we can translate that for you. I'm like, oh, fuck. And then one of the first, I think the first mission is to get a Russian interpreter.
The first side op is, I think. Yeah.
It is, yeah. And so that's cool. But I really love that. I love capturing guys from behind. I'm just going to let that sit for 2 beats.
Yep.
I love that. And then interrogating them, and saying, like, where's the thing? And then, like, where else do you know? And, like, they'll show you, like, where enemies are. They mark enemies for you. And they'll show you, like, where your objective is a lot of times on a side op or a mission. And then sometimes they'll even tell you where, like, blueprints are and
or
stuff.
diamonds. Yeah.
Or diamonds. They're like, oh, there's a good cache of stuff here. And you're like, fuck, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Badass.
Yeah, if you interrogate different people, you can get a lot of different stuff like that. Or,
and then I murder
this is our best specialist or whatever. It's like, all right, yeah, I'll go for him.
And then I either murder them or Fulton them, depending on what their rating was.
I only murder people if my cover is broken or I run out of silent options.
Yeah, the silencer is depressingly short.
It really is. Like, I've even still got tranquilizer
but you get
rounds.
Upgrades.
Yeah. It just takes
and it's really easy to call in support.
Yeah, I guess.
They're really cheap. I mean, like, when you think about it, one of those drops costs like 4,000 GP, and then it reimburses you for everything that you don't use from the drop. So, like, if you have full ammo on a weapon, it gives you all the... It does. I literally watched it say, GMP reimbursed, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, okay.
So you really only spend what you use, which for me is just every time I do it, it's to get more Fultons and silencers.
Yeah.
And every time... And Fultoning, for those who don't know, because we're talking about
Yeah.
That is. What Adam? Can you describe what Fultoning something is?
Yes, a self-inflating, lighter than air balloon.
Yep.
Is
How does that work?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, man. I know what it is.
It could work with hydrogen because hydrogen could be stored.
I imagine it would be hydrogen, but like hydrogen is also really flammable.
I mean,
Helium, I think it'd have to be way too big, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's hydrogen, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. It is placed on an object, and then the trigger is released. The balloon inflates, and it lifts the object into the air. At which point, an aircraft, which
a distressing rate of speed.
Yes, at a distressing rate of speed. Like, exactly.
When you Fulton an animal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you Fulton a bear?
I haven't even seen a bear yet.
Oh, I Fultoned a bear.
That's incredible.
It was the mission where it drops you off and it's like, hey, you could Fulton some animals. And I was like running around trying to find an animal, and then there's a giant fucking bear. Really? And I was like, Jesus! And I had to shoot it with like 100 tranquilizer darts.
Oh, yeah.
But he went down, and I Fultoned him. It was fun. So there's a bear somewhere on my giant fort.
I murdered some wolves, by accident before I think I even had Fultons. Yeah. I've only gotten like a gopher or marmot and some kind of...
A marmot?
Marmot.
I've gotten a bunch of sheep.
A sheep. I don't know. I also set traps. I almost always load up on traps.
I've never used those. I've gotten.
Yeah, they work. I mean, sometimes you get the same thing you've already caught before, but
you still get GP for it or GMP for it.
Yes. This game is so fucking tight with GMP though, for me anyway.
Oh, I don't buy every upgrade though. I just kind of wait until
I can't, but I do spend like all of my money, and then I often go into red during missions because my deployment costs are too high.
I only end up going in with like half the shit I need.
Really?
Because you can always call in stuff that you didn't think you would need, and it'll come in.
I guess that's true, but I don't know.
I like that game a lot, though. It is so good.
It's an incredible game. I would love to play it.
The massive amount of options you have to accomplish every task really feels liberating. Really, honestly, it's like, here's a village. So, like, did you do the mission, the 3 Generals mission?
I don't think so.
I think it's after that one. So there's a mission where there's a meeting of 3 generals, right? And so, of course, all the objectives end up being like extracted generals, alive. Listen to the full conversation that the generals had, and it's like in a building in the middle of the city. So you could infiltrate your way into the middle of the city, and listen to the generals, whole discussion. So I'm sure it would give you information about other stuff. So I kind of want to retry that one because the way I did it was killed all of them. By murdering. So it shows you where they're going to have the meeting, and then it shows their cars heading towards the meeting place.
Oh.
So I set up a roadblock with a bunch of C4 and took out one of them before he even got to the city, and the other 2 were in the city already, and I attempted to infiltrate my way in to get to them, and they're in the center of that big city in Afghanistan, and it's hard to get to the middle of that without getting spotted, and I could. Stealth just takes so much time in that game. I could have done it, but I don't know. I was just short on time or something. I was like, all right, I'm just going to kill him, because I already killed one, and I tried to get in there, and I alerted everybody, and they're like, all right, meeting's canceled, let's go, and they all start leaving, and I have to kill them before they get back to their bases, basically. One of them starts driving off, and I run ahead on D-Horse and place another C4 roadblock and blow up him. The other one stays in the middle of the town, and I eventually sneak around enough to get an angle, and I see him cowering in his Jeep with his little red, general cap or commander cap, and I just zoom in and, pop the cherry, whatever they call that, when you hit someone in the head with the bullet.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forget the military
Headshot?
term. No, in military they don't go boom headshot. There's another gross
Yeah.
term for it, an anatomical term for it.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, yeah, so killed that guy and then it was like, mission complete. And I was like, sweet. And then I just murdered everyone else in the village because I felt like it. This is fun.
Yeah.
I love sniping in that game.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, sniping is so good because it's so realistic in what sniping is. Because, you kind of hide out. You can get one guy, and then everyone loses their shit and starts running around. And, of course... Whoa.
Yeah.
Somebody just buzzed the tower.
Yeah.
But, like, so much of what, like, quality sniping is, Adam, is you shoot and move. Shoot and move. You don't stick in one, like, sniper hole because... once they've spotted you, you're fucked. So you have to, shoot a couple guys, move to the next spot. And you'll see them all, like, running out to where you were. And you end up just sniping them while they're standing around trying to find where you were. It's just genius. I love it. Like, the AI behavior is so good and procedural and such a good game. Like, man, he really knocked it out of the park with that one.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's games.
Indeed.
So we tanted people last week.
We did.
I double tanted.
Yes.
I probably shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have. Because I don't think we got time to do both of these.
Well, we don't need to do both.
No, we don't. I'm going to hold off on Star Citizen.
Okay.
Only because this weekend is Citizen Con. So they're having a very public showing of the game. Supposedly people are like wondering what are they going to show of this game. Like it's, supposedly Squadron 42 has gotten a lot of the filming done that they were doing for cutscenes. So hopefully they'll have some of that, which is the single player mode with like Hollywood actors and stuff. So we'll see what's come of that. Hopefully this weekend. Hopefully they'll have some more gameplay to show off of the game. So I want to see where we're at next week, basically, because I'm sure a lot will happen at CitizenCon. If they show very little, people will be very unhappy. If they show a lot, people will be like, well, what the hell were you complaining about? Here's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Do you remember the other thing I tanted?
I do.
What is that?
Cults.
And this is an IO9 article. 5 scariest cults in modern history. Cults are pretty interesting because when you think about it, I can say the word Waco, Manson, Jonestown. You think of fucking cults, man. Yeah. They're so crazy that you can think of them with just one word. All right, Adam, let's talk about the first one, the Matamoros human sacrifice cult. Adam, so rather than like a chipper Adam going to UW-Madison, you go to University of Texas.
Okay.
Adam, you're out on spring break, South Padre Island.
All right.
Having fun. You're doing what you wish you would have done, Adam. You were getting into groups of people, having fun, going down, having a party.
Yep.
You've been staying in South Padre Island with his friends, but on the night in question, you'd ventured across the border to Mexico to check out the bar scene, where he vanished without a trace. 4 weeks later, his grisly fate was revealed, as People reported. People magazine reported at the time. Adam, you want to guess what body part they found of his first?
Nope.
Nope.
Nose?
His brain.
Oh, his brain. Wow.
Yes, Adam. Adam, guess where his brain was found?
In a bowl?
In a black cauldron.
Whoa.
It had been boiled in blood over an open fire, along with a turtle shell, a horseshoe, a spinal column, and other human bones. His ritual death and dismemberment had been carried out in service to religion, a bizarre drug-demented occult religion practiced by an American marijuana smuggler operating out of Mexico.
Damn.
Authorities were led to a grave containing his body, or at least what remained of it, and after uncovering the mutilated corpses, went on and on. The first day of digging brought up a dozen bodies, all of them buried on the grounds of Rancho Santo Elena. The victims had been slashed, beaten, shot, hanged, or boiled alive. The only commonality of their deaths is the ritual mutilations that followed. The drug smugglers believed that human sacrifice would magically protect them from being caught by police. Adam, the war on drugs, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And even make them bulletproof. Let's see here. The cult's downfall came when a man tied to the cult was nabbed for running a roadblock. A defense that worsened when he was found to have weed on him. And searching for a bigger bust and looking for clues in the case, the cops ventured to the farm belonging to the man's family. The infamous Rancho Santa Elena, mentioned above. There they found more drugs. They also found the brutally disfigured bodies, including the spring breaker who had been unlucky enough to encounter the group when they were targeting their next victim. He was going in bars in northern Mexico, right? And they just nabbed him, black bagged him. So basically would take him back to this farmhouse, in Mexico and just kill people and boil them alive.
Man.
And cover themselves in their blood to gain the powers. Crazy.
Yeah.
So that's it. So they were eventually arrested and charged with crimes. And the killing shack where they did all of the murders was burned by law enforcement after being purged of its black magic spirits in a special ceremony. Oh, Mexico. They love their crazy Catholicism.
Yeah.
They talk about that in Orange is the New Black, the interesting Mexican version of Catholicism with all of the candles and spirits and remedies and all that kind of voodoo a little bit that goes with the that version of Catholicism, which is kind of fun. Adam, let's talk about the Order of the Solar Temple. Found so the 80s were big for cults.
Okay.
Formed in 1984. Joseph DeMambro and Luc Juret, with followers in various countries, including Switzerland, France, and Canada, the group that would become known as the Order of the Solar Temple drew inspiration from a variety of sources, including the Rosicrucians and the Knights Templar. But over the time, their group's beliefs shifted away from New Age spiritualism and became more doomsday focused. Of course, a doomsday cult classic. A doctor, Luc Juret, a doctor who was the face of the organization, delivered lectures warning of a looming environmental apocalypse. He attracted new members. Mostly middle and upper class people grew to an estimated 400. The Solar Temple, which bounced between headquarters in Switzerland and Canada, saw its fortunes decline in the 90s. High-profile defections, gun charges, allegations of sexual misconduct. In 1994, the group made good on its belief that members need to ascend to a different spiritual plane in order to survive the environmental apocalypse and be reborn on the planet orbiting the Sirius, the dog star. Adam, you want to know how their transformation took place?
Please tell me.
I want you to guess. How did they transform themselves
to the
higher
up?
plane?
Did they burrito up?
They did not burrito up. What are you talking about?
Okay. Like wrap themselves in blankets and cocoon themselves in?
Yeah, no, I know what burritoing is. We all do it on a cold day.
Yeah.
But no, they did not burrito. And give me a real guess. Was it Kool-Aid? What was it?
Well, if they found his brains, they probably
No, this is a different cult, Adam.
Oh, right, that's right. That was the other one.
Yes.
Temple of the what now?
Order of the Solar Temple.
Order of the Solar Temple. I don't know. They crush each other with stone blocks or something?
They set themselves on fire.
Ew.
End of September 1994, the group killed a member who'd spoken against them, Tony Dutoit, as well as his wife and infant son. Days later, 2 solar temple buildings in Switzerland went up in flames. The next morning, investigators were baffled by much of what they discovered at the sites. 48 people dead.
Oh, wow.
Some may have committed suicides, while others were most likely killed.
Ugh.
Some had been injected with tranquilizers or had plastic bags over their heads, while others were shot.
Ugh.
Yes. The tragedy didn't end there. In In December of 1995, a full year and 3 months later, a chalet in the Swiss Alps was found burned with 16 bodies alive, or inside, most of which had been killed prior to the fire. In 1997, 5 more members perished in a Quebec house. So counting the murders of the Detroit family and the suicide of the temple members, the cult's death toll stood at 74 by the time of the end. Adam, here's one you know about. Heaven's Gate.
Yeah.
1997.
Yeah.
The unusually bright Hale-Bopp comet. Remember the Hale-Bopp? Remember the comet, Hale-Bopp?
Of course
you could
I
see
do,
that for
yeah.
like a whole year, basically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was like a long time. So, of course, this ended up with 39 people dead, including leader and prophet Marshall Applewhite. The group, which supported itself via successful computing business, had come to believe the Hale-Bopp would bring it with it a UFO that would rescue them ahead of the imminent end times.
It was hiding in the comet's tail, John.
Exactly. I would like to mention, Adam, if you would like to go to the Heaven's Gate cult, their website still exists and is still being run.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
So you can click on the Heaven's Gate website. Go do that.
And you can even, like, email
You can
them.
talk to the guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, he's just like, I'm running it.
He stayed behind.
He stayed behind. Everybody else went up.
Yeah, to spread the word.
In 3 waves, members... unfortunately, heading to space came with a mighty price, and the ghoulish foes of dead cult members, which were all over the news. Ritualistic draped in dark purple shrouds, clad in Nikes. In 3 waves, members ingested a poisonous mixture of barbiturates and alcohol, and their breath slowed their bodies shut down. They asphyxiated in their plastic bags they had tied over their heads. Members followed the guidelines they had received several years earlier, and laid down their earthly lives what can only be called ritual precision and attention to detail. Members of each waves had cleaned and tidied up after their compatriots died, moving the plastic bags and draping shrouds over their deceased companions. It was just wave upon wave of murders, of suicides. Adam? Let's talk about Aum Shinrikyo.
Okay.
This apocalyptic Japanese cult carried out a horrifying sarin nerve gas attack on the Tokyo subway in 1995.
Really?
12 people died, thousands were injured, and Japan's cherished sense of safety was deeply rattled. The makeup of the group's followers and their extreme beliefs echoed those held by the Order of the Solar Temple, Heaven's Gate, and other similar doomsday cults. Their leader, Shoko Asahara, preached the end of the world was near, and that their followers would be the only people to survive the apocalypse, which he had predicted would occur in 1996 or between 1999 and 2003, depending on how the math worked out. The group had accumulated great wealth from operating electronic businesses and restaurants. He recruited young, smart university students and graduates, often from elite families who sought a more meaningful resistance, Adam. It's a form of religion for these guys. After a mind-boggling... Adam, do you want to guess how long Asahara's trial was in Japan?
Jeez. 3 weeks?
8 years.
Oh my god, really?
After 8 years on trial, in 2004, he was sentenced to death by hanging.
Shit.
He is still on death row, Adam.
Shit.
Throughout the process, he refused to answer questions, was never made more than just minor confusing comments. He basically just shut up. Though it's believed the group was motivated by wanting to thwart authorities from shutting down the group, in addition to jump-starting the apocalypse. At the time of the attack, that was the thought, was to jump-start the apocalypse. The group had tens of thousands of followers in Japan and Russia. So anyway, people still think about the gas attack on the subway. Let's see. Despite the attack, the cult was never banned in Japan. While outlawed in Russia and designated by a terrorist organization in several countries, Japan opted instead to keep the group under strict surveillance The group did lose its religious status and was forced into bankruptcy by compensations payments to the victims of the gas attack. But it lives on in 2 new offshoots, Aleph and Hikari no Wa, which have an estimated 1,500 followers. They claim to have disavowed Asahara, but many Japanese remain deeply suspicious of these 2 groups' activities. So there still could possibly be a cult, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, what country do you think of when you think of crazy, weird cults?
Crazy, weird cult? I think kind of, I don't know. Russia, maybe?
Adam, let's talk about the Russian Doomsday Cult.
Oh my god, really?
Yes. Here's a headline from USA Today story in November 2007. You remember hearing about this, I think.
Possibly.
Russian Doomsday Cult coaxed out of cave.
Oh, man.
All right,
I don't think
Adam.
I did hear about that.
All right, well, we'll talk about this. November 2007, officials in a frozen wooded area near the Volga River were desperately trying to lure dozens of people from the underground lair they'd moved in to prepare for the apocalypse, which they believed would come in the spring of 2008. Complicating matters, Adam, the group stated an intention to blow itself up if necessary. Interestingly enough, Adam,
Yeah.
the group's leader had not joined his followers in the cave, citing the need to meet others who had not yet arrived.
I see.
Self-declared prophet Pyotr Kuznetsov, who established his true Russian Orthodox Church after he split with the official church, because, fuck that church. My church is way cooler.
Yeah.
Blessed his followers before sending him into the cave earlier this month, but did not join him himself. He was undergoing psychiatric evaluation on Friday, a day after he was charged with setting up a religious organization associated with violence. He said his group believed that in the afterlife they would be judging whether others deserved heaven or hell. Followers of his group were not allowed to watch TV, listen to the radio, or handle money. So basically Russians. Media reports said. Despite the past tense phrasing of the article, the true Russian Orthodox Church held on for months, despite increasing dangers on their cave stronghold would collapse. So in March 2008, so they were holed up in this cave, Adam.
Yeah.
From November 2007, when they began trying to get people outside, as a standoff, basically.
Right.
Fresh talks were underway to draw out the congregation. Ultimately, an apocalypse on a much smaller scale eventually forced the women above ground. Here's a bookend headline, this time from an Australian news source. Corpse stench drives Russian doomsday cult from cave. With 2 dead members left decomposing in the enclosed space, the 9 final faithful decided that leaving the cave and facing the end times in the open was preferable from perishing to toxic fumes. Details on Kuznetsov's fate are unclear, though it seems he attempted suicide once his doomsday prediction failed to come true. He was also slapped with many charges, including the creation of an organization infringing on citizens' rights. But reports, are hazy from Russia, Mother Russia. But it sounds like he may still be in a psychiatric facility, having not been deemed mentally fit to stand trial. Wow. Adam, cults are crazy.
Yes, they are.
But Scientology's still around.
Yeah, it's...
Well, they never killed anyone. At least not in a large, flashy way.
No, definitely not.
Crazy. Cults are crazy, Adam. Man, people are crazy.
Yeah.
Man, it's such a downer. Well, that's such a downer, Adam.
I kind of like that people are crazy. I mean, some.
What?
Not like that. But...
Then again, I guess we wouldn't have anything interesting for movies and stuff.
Right?
If they weren't,
you gotta have...
You gotta have the bad guys.
You gotta have conflict.
Yeah. Because without conflict, there's no resolution.
Exactly.
Adam knows what I'm saying now. He is a man now.
Yep.
Adam, you want to know something pretty cool?
Sure.
Let's end this with one final little titty tat.
Is it tant?
No, it's not tant.
Okay.
The tant for next week will be the Star Citizen. Tant will continue.
Okay.
And that is, boy, have things spiraled out of control.
In general?
Yes. Let's talk about this. New York Times, accomplished Twitter user and author, Roxanne Gay.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than settle her dispute with Apple in private, the fact that she had not received her new iPhone yet, she chose to publicly chastise Apple before her 89,000 followers about her missing phone. She also threatened to use the New York Times to settle the score, but it was just a joke. So tweets were, I guess I'll make this my new New York Times column, at Tim Cook, how Apple lost a loyal customer. Hi, at Tim_Cook. I've been on hold with Apple for 15 minutes. Hi, at Tim Cook. After almost 2 weeks of being told it's shipping tomorrow, I'm being told we have no inventory. I'm now on hold again after the senior support advisor said inventory isn't my department when prodded with explanation. Basically, this person spent a bunch of time threatening to use,
Yeah.
her leverage as a public figure to get free help from Apple, basically. We're not even talking about someone who's had an issue with their phone, like isn't getting customer service. It's literally someone hasn't had their phone delivered yet. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on now. I hate people. I hate Apple people. You're one of the good ones.
Okay, I see.
Well, you're not crazy about it.
I'm not crazy about it.
You're not the person who every single revision gets a new phone.
I
There
was
are
kinda
people that do
tempted.
that.
I was kind of tempted.
But there's no point. Because the next one will be out in 6 months.
I know.
You might as well just wait for the 2 years to be up, and then there'll be a great phone.
Well, I've had mine for about a year, and I think they have a plan where you can do like an upgrade every year.
That's kind of yeah, but it's bullshit though, because you end up getting tied to like phone payments for a while. But then again, I guess you're always doing that if you're upgrading every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the option to not do that. But Adam, I want to give you a hint. Apple products are really well made.
Yeah.
And the iPhone, you have the 6.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to probably be good for 2 years.
No, I'm not saying it won't be, but
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah.
It's been a year, my battery's kind of starting to get worse, and
it's just too expensive.
Yeah.
Spend money on other cool stuff.
I guess.
Adam, I want to talk to you about one thing.
Actually, what I need to do is spend some money on some not cool stuff. Or,
what?
I shouldn't say that, but like stuff that I
need.
Yes, like a new bed, and to go through my clothes and.
What's wrong with your bed?
Get rid of. It's super old, and like there's a spot in it from where I've slept on it for like nearly
7
a decade.
years.
Yeah.
Adam?
I've flipped it over, and now I'm making a new hole.
I see. Adam?
Yes.
Are you interested in the Destiny expansion?
I actually fired Destiny up for a little bit and played some.
I think
but
the expansion sounds kind of cool.
It does. Like, the thing that really got me is that they're teasing more story.
It's not even that. It's that they seem to have these crazy, like, hidden things going on here.
Yeah, I don't think
I just
I'll
read
be
a story
finding
about this
those, but-
hidden gun they found called the Sleeper Stimulant, which is, I guess, a yellow gun. But it's like a relic, and you have to, like, go to an area, and then, I like this idea of them building this open world, basically, where, like, you, like, kill, like, 4 guys in the right order, and, like, a door opens up in the world, basically. You know? That's cool. That's, like, world puzzles, like, exploration puzzles. That seems cool to me. Like, that makes, even though, the world is kind of small, right? You still get, a little depth out of it, because there's a lot of neat stuff that can go on. So I kind of like that anyway. So you can unlock a quest, basically, by doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Which seems really neat.
It does. I don't want to pay another $60 again.
No, I know. I'm gonna wait for that to go down in price.
Yeah.
Because they're asking a lot of me.
They are.
$60 for an upgrade, an expansion,
Yeah.
and only because the expansion's only $40, but you have to buy the 2 DLC.
All right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not because like when World of Warcraft has an expansion, $40 gets you everything. You know what I mean? Like you just get in. You know, you just need to buy the base game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the... at least I think that Draenor included all the previous expansions in it. Like, you didn't need to have bought Pandaria.
If so, that's the first one where that's been true.
I think that was the case, actually, yeah. It was the first one where it was true.
Yeah.
Because basically what they did was... Oh, I'm sorry, the expansions in World of Warcraft don't include all the previous games, Adam.
Yeah.
But it is that when you buy... the base game is upgraded to include all of the previous expansions.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. But that's something they started with, I think, Pandaria, and then now the Warlords of Draenor that came out.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, so you just buy the base game, which includes all the previous expansions, for like, $20.
Right.
And then you buy the expansion for $40, so. And then if you've already bought the old game at one point, you basically have all the old expansions, because it would be ridiculous to make you pay for all those old expansions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's going to do it, Adam.
Yeah,
Do you have any words of wisdom?
No, not
Come on. No, give me one word of wisdom. I just want a word.
One word of wisdom.
To bestow wisdom.
To bestow wisdom.
I need a word from you.
A word. Nature.
Nature.
Yes.
Adam Ham, everybody.
Yes.
Well, thanks for listening. Adam, what's the website?
The website is borninthE80s.net.
You can subscribe on iTunes.
You can.
You can find us on Facebook. You can go to the website to get episodes. That's how you can get it in many ways. If you go to iTunes, feel free to give us a rating. It really helps out.
Do that.
Visibility-wise.
Give us a
getting
5.
People to, give us a 5. Because, you like it. I mean,
You
the
know
thing is
you
with
liked
reviews
it.
like that, are you going to really give us a 3? Like a 3?
Why even bother?
Why even bother? You know what your mom said?
What?
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Right.
So if you like us, give us a 5. It helps
Give us a
out.
5.
Make you feel better. You know what? It'll make you feel better because you'll know that will make my day, and you'll know you have helped me feel better
Yeah.
through my shitty life.
Same here.
I'm turning 30, goddammit. It's all downhill from here. Right, Adam?
God, I hope not.
All right. What is this purchase receipt?
I don't know.
Adam, you bought a SoundCloud monthly Pro Unlimited plan?
Forever ago, and then I canceled it like yesterday.
Dear Bytecast, we received your payment for your monthly Pro Unlimited plan.
Yeah.
This is 06 October 2015, Adam.
Yeah, I know. And then I promptly canceled it after that because I was like, fuck, I need to stop getting charged for that.
Yeah, $15, huh?
Yeah.
Were you even hosting anything on that?
I have like a podcast up there.
Why did you not keep them up?
What do you mean?
Why did you not keep putting them up there?
Was it a pain in the ass?
Oh!
Oh, listen, wait.
I fucking edit them?
Here's the thing. If I wanted to have them do that, I had to do them all in order. And I'd have to start, like, after we stopped using commercial music, which we did for, like, the first...
Oh, yeah, the first,
12.
10 episodes.
Whatever. There's a couple past that, I
Oh,
think,
man.
I'd have to go in and re-edit those, edit that out.
Why would you have to edit that out?
I don't know. Because
Why
they
can't
have...
you just stop?
What do you mean?
Why can't you just start it in, 50?
Well, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it make sense?
Because we, faded out a lot of times. There's still music and weirdness.
Oh, god damn it, Adam. Start episode 100, then.
Oh, start at the... No, that's... No.
Oh,
Why would
yeah,
you do
of
that?
course. So, because you set some ridiculous situation where you had to start from the beginning,
Well, if you want to
it
be...
was too difficult for you to
It should
do,
be
so you
complete
quit.
or not at all. If you're going to do it right.
Okay, or not do it at all.
That's what I chose.
Spending money, accomplishing nothing.
Yes.
Adam, you're too stubborn. See, this is why you haven't changed, Adam.
John, did I cancel the subscription? I did.
Now, months after it should have been done.
It's done now.
Anyway,
This is part of the new Adam.
part of the new Adam, not
Yes.
doing things.
No,
Got
I
it.
did the thing. This time when it popped up, I'm like, all right, it's time to
This
do
time,
that shit.
instead of saying, "Oh shit, maybe I should do that,"
Yeah.
to help build the brand.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. I don't want to
Stop
do
charging
anything.
me.
So you stop being lazy by committing to not doing something
I stopped
fully.
paying for being lazy.
There you go. Well, I'm still paying for the hosting
Yeah.
through Libsyn, which I love.
Yeah.
Fuck SoundCloud.
Yeah.
It costs $5 less a month, though.
Yeah.
It accomplishes the same thing. Except for that SoundCloud's a kind of a dick.
SoundCloud is kind of a dick. Also,
They like
I
fucking
think
music
SoundCloud
scrub
is-
you and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
bullshit.
but nobody's gonna go to Libsyn to find your podcast.
It doesn't matter, man. It's on iTunes.
I know that's
Nobody
true.
goes to SoundCloud to find podcasts either. People have podcast aggregator apps.
Well, that's true.
You can find us on all of those
Yeah.
because we're listed on iTunes, so we show up in all those.
Yeah, you're right.
So, yeah, just tell your friends. Born in the 80s. Just say that. Just say that to them. No other context.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't.
Don't even
They'll
tell
be
it's a
like,
podcast.
what?
Just
Yeah, we need to just get, like, stickers to put up all over. What is Born in the 80s?
yeah. Then like the NSA will fucking
The NSA?
yeah.
We're gonna think it's some hacker, some cult?
Exactly.
Alright, let's start our own cult.
Well, all right. Let's do this shit.
Alright, what's our cult motto?
Do it up. Do it dine.
Dunedaine! Dune it up, Dunedaine. Join the Born in the 80s cult today. Alright, that's it.
And the grease is the gravy.
And the grease is the gravy. And hath therefore shall be known that the grease iseth the gravy. Alright, that's it. Well, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next week.
Yep. Yep.
We're line at 5. We're here at the podcast. Adam, what do you say?
I say hi.
All right, let's check out weather on the 10s. Adam, what's going on?
It's warm for October.
It's an Indian summer, is what they call it. Is that racist?
I think you mean Native American summer.
Is that racist?
I wonder. I kind of
Indian
probably
summer
know.
What if it's referring to India, like the country?
It's not though.
No, but you don't know that.
I do
You know the origins of
because
Indian
I'm part
summer.
Cherokee. Yeah,
Oh, so it's okay for me to say it because you're part Cherokee.
it's okay for me to say it because I'm part Cherokee.
Oh. You know what? There's a Wikipedia page for it. So,
Yeah.
earliest reference found dated from 1778. Well,
Really?
From the context, it was clearly already in widespread use. Let's see here. I don't know. Apparently, it's used in England the same way. Alternative explanation may also refer to weather patterns in the Indian Oceans. Huh.
Really,
It may actually be actual India.
really, I doubt that. But okay.
Well, to be fair, though, it says it's used. It was used in the UK as well back then, so
yeah,
could be anything. Who
I
knows?
suppose.
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going down?
How so? Like, just in general?
Yeah.
But you're gonna say that for the podcast, or?
What? What podcast? It's just a chat between bros.
Yeah.
Between regular Brome and Rainses.
Yeah. And there's something. I haven't watched wrestling in like 6 months.
Oh, I know. You gave up.
I kinda, I
You
guess.
gave up on your life.
I wasn't sure if you did too or not because
Fuck no.
we just
I'm
kind of
watching the
stopped.
shit out of it.
We just kind of stopped talking about
That's
it.
all there was keeping you on?
Huh?
All there was keeping you with wrestling was talking to me.
Yeah, kinda. At that point, like there was, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I had a fling with wrestling, I guess.
NXT is amazing. Main
NXT
roster, not so much.
Probably still is amazing.
It is, definitely.
But I was disappointed because Sami Zayn and what's his face, Kevin Stein.
Jesus Christ.
He's Kevin Owens now. I know.
Kevin
but-
Steen.
Steen. Sorry, Steen. Whatever.
Steen Erico, as it was called, because it was Kevin Steen.
Right.
El
Kevin
Generico.
Steen. But yeah,
Yep.
they left,
Yep, they did.
and a lot of the other guys seem to be doing more stuff on Raw as well.
That's right.
So I wasn't sure NXT would still be good. I mean, it is still good.
What is going? Oh, I have a friend whose husky is missing.
Wow, clearly you've been listening to everything I've been saying.
No, I did. I listened to it, but I just saw someone.
Oh,
Adam,
Yeah.
you know how you like huskies? You think they're cute?
I do. Yes.
They're terrible dogs.
Are they?
Yes, they like to run away. They don't
Oh.
listen.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's good to know.
someone was like, "Oh, it ran away." It's like, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. They like to run away. Yup.
Oh, I thought you were going Doug for a bit there. Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Hmm.
They're going a chicken, a pot pie,
Oh, chicken and pot pie.
chicken and pot pie.
Yeah.
All right, Adam.
Mhm.
Let's do this.
All right.